Good afternoon, everybody, and thanks for clicking on 5 News Web News. It is Monday, April 8th. I'm Brittany Hoke.
And I'm Matt Heckel, and here are some of the top stories we've been following here today on 5 News. The Mingo County Sheriff, who was gunned down last week, was laid to rest yesterday. That's right, and hundreds came out to say goodbye to Sheriff Walter Eugene Crum. Community members and fellow law enforcement officials from all over the state honored Crum at his funeral service. It was held at 1 o'clock Sunday afternoon at Mingo Central High School. Now, Crum was only in office for about 93 days, but in that short period of time, he started Operation Zero Tolerance. That plan brought in the most drug indictments the county had seen in 8 years. But Crum's dedication to the community started much earlier than that, when he served as a correctional officer and a magistrate.
He was a soft and gentle man, but when he wore a uniform, he carried out his duties. And if he had to be the toughest guy in the room, he could be the toughest guy in the room. Just to carry out his duties. But he always had a heart. He had a heart for those that he arrested. He was always trying to change them, to make them better, to send them back to their communities whenever in a whole fashion, for the betterment of their community and for the betterment of the family.
And the motive for Crum's murder is still unclear.
Well, former British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher has died at the age of 87. She passed away this morning following a stroke, according to British media. Thatcher was Britain's first and only female prime minister and the only British prime minister of the 20th century to win 3 consecutive terms. She served from 1979 to 1990 as leader of the Conservative Party. Thatcher was called the Iron Lady for her personal and political toughness. She retired from public life after a stroke in 2002 and suffered several strokes after that.
And Randolph County Sheriff's deputies, are still looking for the man who shot a gas station clerk on Friday night. It happened at around 11 o'clock at the Rich gas station on the Beverly 5 lane in Elkins. Deputies said that a man wearing dark clothing and a hooded sweatshirt went into the gas station and shot the clerk, Sean Townsend, several times. He was sent to Davis Memorial Hospital and then to Ruby. His condition is unknown right now, but the Randolph County Sheriff's Department said that he had facial wounds but was responsive. Officials who were on scene were there until after 4 o'clock Saturday morning. Sheriff Mark Brady said that the alleged shooter is about 5'6" or 5'9" and around 135 to 150 pounds. If you have any information, you're asked to call them at 636-2000.
Well, a tragic accident on a farm in Lewis County killed a man yesterday. It happened around 1:30 in the afternoon at a farm on Hackers Creek Road. Officials tell us a 54-year-old man was riding his tractor when it flipped into the creek and then rolled on top of him. The man was trapped underneath until responders could get him out. He was taken to Stonewall Memorial Hospital, where he later died. That man's name has not yet been released. Meanwhile, an accident in I-79 in Lewis County killed a man yesterday morning. That happened around 8 o'clock near mile marker 89. Deputies say the man was driving northbound when his vehicle rolled over several times. Officers told us they couldn't find the man when they first got on scene because he was ejected from the vehicle and thrown into nearby woods. Lewis County Sheriff's deputies say speed may have been a factor. The name of the man has not yet been released, but deputies say he was between 25 and 30 years old.
And a young boy was flown to the hospital after a motocross accident at a track in Harrison County on Saturday. Now, this is the second accident like this in less than a week. The 10-year-old boy somehow crashed his bike during a competition at Pyramid Valley Motocross Track in Lost Creek. It happened a little after 5 o'clock Saturday evening. Firefighters said that the boy did have deformity and swelling on his body and may have broken his femur. A 15-year-old boy had to be flown to Ruby last Saturday when his motorcycle rolled on top of him.
Well, a woman died in a fire in Mon County early yesterday morning. According to the Dominion Post, 54-year-old Lois McDonald was the woman killed. It started around 3 o'clock at a home on Sherwood Avenue in Star City. Officials say one woman was inside when the fire broke out, and she didn't make it out. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. And let's take a quick look at what our newsroom's working on for tonight for First at 5 and 5 News at 6. First up, we're going to have more details on 2 fatal accidents in our area from over the weekend.
Plus, more on that fire that killed a local woman, and a very spring-like week is ahead of us. We're going to have a look at your first alert forecast coming up tonight on First at 5 and 5 News at 6.
Spent a lot of times outdoors this weekend?
I did.
Yeah.
Not as much as I should have, but
can't waste it.
Wednesday, I'll be there.
There we go. That's going to do it for us right now. Be sure to tune in tonight for First at 5 and 5 News at 6. And until then,
have a great day, everybody.